Record. All right, and we're going. Hi, everybody. My name is Katrina Schmidl. I'm the CEO of NFTrinkets. We want to bring NFTs to the virtual world through souvenirs and stuff like that. And this is my friend. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Ansylla Ramsey. Happy to be here with you, Katrina. We've had some great conversations and we said, you know what? We are definitely trying to do the same thing with bringing new people into the crypto and NFT space. Why don't we do a YouTube video together?
Yeah, we just want to help, collaborate and educate newcomers to this space. We understand how difficult, basically it's a foreign language, all of this is. So we want to help facilitate the education process. And we would like to also stress that this is not financial advice and we're not financial advisors. So anything we say is just advice from people who've been in the space for, I've been in the space for over 3 years. How about you?
I've been in the space 5 years.
Wow, that's awesome. Man, the patience. I'm pulling my hair out after just 3.5 years. And
so true. And on the highs, though, you look on a real high, and then we come to this situation.
Hey, we're having a nice spike today. It made me feel good.
Oh, yes. Yes, true.
But anyway, so we want to teach y'all some do's and don'ts about crypto today. We think these tips are very important, especially for newcomers and for not newcomers. You know, I've heard about mistakes being made from people who have been in the space as long as you and I have. So this is a good refresher and it's very important stuff to pay attention to. So I'm going to share my screen. And we've got the do's and don'ts of crypto. So do keep your 12 to 24 word seed phrase private, like you would keys to your safe.
And don't ever, ever, ever give your seed phrase to anyone, ever, never, ever, because then you will not be able to control their accessing your assets. And that's what this crypto space is all about, you taking ownership and control of your own assets. So the only way to do that is to not share that seed phrase with anyone.
Right. The seed phrase is so important that it's basically a social security number that is in charge of your own cryptocurrency and NFT asset type stuff.
And if you are brand new to crypto and you've heard the horror stories about people not being able to access their $1.2 million in Bitcoin, it's because they don't have their seed phrase. So it's not that crypto is not safe, it's just that you have to do your part to secure it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter what happens to your wallet in itself. You can misplace your ledger, but as long as you have that seed phrase, you can just buy a new ledger or open a new wallet and put in your seed phrase when prompted, and all your crypto will be there. You know, you might have to add those tokens back to, what's viewable on your wallet, but it's still there and nobody's going to take it unless they also have that seed phrase. That's how important the 12 to 24 word seed phrase is.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're moving on. Access crypto websites from legitimate links and understand that scams are everywhere. I really stress paying close attention to QR codes you scan. Like, that's a big scam.
Yes, very true. And not to open links sent in email or social media and expect them to be legit. Never have I ever purchased a coin from a DM in LinkedIn or Instagram. Don't ever open those. Legitimate projects do not reach out to you through social media. So don't even be tempted to open anything that's sent to you directly.
Yeah, I'm even wary of opening emails that really do look like they're from the company. If I think they've emailed me something, I'll go to my internet and I'll search, thewebsite.com, and I'll pull it up myself to make sure the one I'm getting to isn't some look-alike scam website that's about to take my money.
Exactly. And these scammers are so clever. I mean, they really are good at making their messages seem legit. So like Katrina said, if someone sends me something in a link, I don't click that link. I might type that link in my browser and see where it takes me, but never ever click links that you receive.
Right. So ensure you have enough Ethereum or other cryptocurrencies in your wallet before you purchase, because you're going to need those things for the fees.
Yes, so don't ever confirm a transaction with too little gas fee, because that could cause the transaction to fail and you will lose your gas money. So make sure you know exactly how much gas you have in your wallet before you click the to confirm the transaction, because you want to make sure you have enough to cover the gas fees.
Right, and you need to be paying attention to how busy a certain network is at the time of you're wanting to make a transaction, because like in the morning time, I'll go to make a transaction that costs me $3, and then I go try, 10 minutes later, and it's triple that price in fees. And that's because that's how backed up the system got in the past 4 minutes. So if you're paying close enough attention, you can know, oh, if I do it right at this moment, it's so busy that it's going to be 3 times the price. And that's basically just wasted money. But also consider that if you raise those prices, it might help your transaction occur faster. And that in some cases, if you don't pay enough and say you click OK, and immediately right when you clicked OK, the network got congested. And so basically you're like, well, I just paid $4, but if I'd paid 11, I wouldn't be waiting for all these people who paid 7 or something, like, it's
Right.
obnoxious, but it's a reality for especially with networks that have ridiculous gas fees like Ethereum. So
True. And these are just tips and maybe even reminders for those who may be a little bit less experienced. Just a heads up, we're not going into anything too in depth, but we just want to bring some things to your attention so that you'll learn from the mistakes that we made and you won't have this happen to you.
So double and triple check the receive address when you send crypto from one wallet to another, even if it's your own, if you're sending it from yourself to yourself. And if you need to add a tag, make sure you don't forget the tag.
Exactly. And don't forget to check which network your token is sending from. Ensure your receiving wallet supports that same network. And there's an example here that Phantom token can be sent via FTM network or Ethereum network. So make sure that your networks coincide, that you have the same receive network that you're sending from, so that you do not lose your tokens that you're sending.
Yeah, and I have an unfortunate example, and I use Phantom because that's the token it happened to me with. Essentially, I sent the Phantom token from my MetaMask to one of my exchange wallets, and I didn't change the network that was being transferred. So because my receiving address didn't support the Phantom network, I wasn't able to get the tokens which I sent via the Phantom network. But I will say later, about 6 months later, I thought I lost it forever. I thought I lost that money forever. I was really disappointed. It was way too much for me to want to lose.
Right.
Well, 6 months later, after the token had decreased in price very much, the exchange finally did what they needed to do on their end that made it to compatible to where the way I sent it, they were able to, I don't know, accept it or just show that it's there. I'm not sure what happened, but essentially it came back just because the receiving address now had the network compatibility.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was
so it just showed up in your assets one day?
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's how many I sent that day. I mean, it's about, this much less than it was when I sent it, but I mean, at least it's not 0 I thought I had.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and if you ever want to know what network each token can be sent through, you can go to CoinMarketCap and it'll show you, if you click on the like different web addresses, it'll give you different addresses for each network that it's capable of moving across.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. All right, so it's very important that we take our time during every single transaction.
I tell this to my coaching clients, never ever deal with your crypto transactions if you're in a hurry or if you're sleepy, because you'll make mistakes. So do your crypto transactions when you're alert, when you have time, to make sure that everything is being done properly. As we mentioned, the do and don't prior about making sure you're using the right network. Those are the kind of mistakes you make when you're in a rush. So just make sure you're doing it at a time that you're alert and that you have the time to give it its due attention.
Yeah. And also when you get cocky, you think that's probably what happened. More likely what happened to me is I had already made, 2 or 3 trades that day. I was ready, had the passwords already set. And I
That's true too.
missed that last step, I got complacent. So don't get cocky.
Right.
And take your time.
Right.
All right. Always do your own research into the projects you invest into.
And don't take anyone's word for anything. Your trading decisions are yours alone. So do your own research. And this is super important because especially now with so many people being in the crypto space and many just promoting their own, projects, or for whatever reason they're behind a coin or token, you want to make sure that you know what you're investing in before you spend a dime. And don't pay attention to the hype. Don't pay attention to the shill. Just make sure you understand what you're doing and why you're investing in that project or coin.
Right. Yeah. And don't jump into it as the markets are peaking, just don't. Yeah, exactly. Don't jump into the hype. The hype is when, oh my gosh, X, Y, and Z just made this much money because it went up 5% and he had 60 billion coins. I could do that. No, it just happened. You need to wait because that XYZ is about to sell all that. And you're about to watch it, your investment free fall, because you bought a top. And I like the quote. What is it? Buy when the streets are covered in blood, or streets are red, or something like that.
Right.
So buy when the market.
Buy when there's blood in the streets.
Yeah,
right.
That's what it is. When there's blood in the streets.
Yeah. Exactly. And because again, when you're less experienced, you may not really understand why someone is supporting a project, or why you're hearing so much about a project, or some well-known person is tweeting about it. You still need to make sure you understand what's going on.
I remember what was the zombie Doge, I think it was called. I was so excited because Nick Carter made a song that was marketing the. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, Nick Carter made a song for this coin. I bought some. I'm disappointed in myself, but
yeah,
it's
we've
part
all
of the
done
experience.
I can't remember the one that I purchased because the boxer, they were promoting something in Florida and really pumping this
that
coin.
Ethereum one, like Ethereum.
Yeah, it was something ETH or Ethereum.
It was like a red
something,
logo.
Yeah. So I fell for that one,
Pro.
but I didn't spend much. So, but yeah, we've all done it. So we're speaking from experience.
We are speaking from experience. Don't do these things. Because the hype is going to make it peak, but if you don't catch the wave before it starts, you're likely not going to make that that initial, even never mind, I forgot the word. Continue. Okay, so my biggest tip, and I mean you can make your MetaMasks, but my biggest tip is to buy a cold storage wallet like a Ledger Nano S or X, an EliPal, a Trezor, or others.
Yes, there are more and more options out right now of cold storage wallets. So you want to research those as well. And one thing I'll add to that, my don't is never buy a cold storage wallet from a third party. Get it directly from the manufacturer.
It's a great don't.
Don't get it from Walmart. Don't get it from Amazon. Don't get it from eBay. Don't even get it from a friend. I mean, family is a different story, but don't even get it from a friend. You don't know that person. I mean, deep down, maybe that person literally just was trying to save
some or make some money off of you and intends on never talking to you again or something like that, you know?
Exactly.
Be
Taking your
careful.
crypto and ghosting you.
Exactly. Exactly. I know of people who have done somebody was supposed to like help transport a dog and somebody sent down money for that somebody to transport it, but they never did the transporting and never talked about it again.
Let's
I'm like,
see.
how are you gonna mess up somebody with their dog, man? Like
I
it can
know
happen
that's
with
wrong.
anything.
Hmm.
But
And
oh
we
god.
say that to say what happened. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
No, no.
Katrina.
I was just gonna say
I was
that
saying
it's
what. Go ahead, Katrina. Go ahead.
okay, I'm going. All right. So I was gonna say that you can link your Ledger wallet to your MetaMask. So basically you can set up a MetaMask and you'll have a 12-word seed phrase. But if you set up a Ledger, you'll have a 24-word seed phrase, which is twice as protected. And you
Mhm.
can then create a MetaMask account and then use that MetaMask account to facilitate your Ledger. So basically it'll be as easy as using your MetaMask. It's just you'll have another step of confirming stuff using your Ledger device. And I really like that about what MetaMask will facilitate.
Mhm. Yes. And I just want to go back to why we say not to get your wallet from a third party, because those wallets can be manipulated or altered in some way so that the person you purchased it from can have access to your assets. So this is not just some empty warning. This is very real. Do not buy your cold storage wallet from a third party. And again, we repeat, don't give your seed phrase to your cold storage wallet to anyone at all. No one at all.
Right? Because they only need that seed phrase, and then they can buy their own Ledger or open their own, even open their own
Mhm.
MetaMask or Trust wallet, and they can put their seed phrase into any wallet, and
Mhm.
those tokens will be there. And they can,
Exactly.
if they can take it faster than you can realize it happened, it's gone.
Mhm.
All right. So that's the end of our do's and don'ts of crypto. So we hope you learned something. Now we're going to talk a little about what we're trying to do with Web3. Go ahead.
Well, what I'm focusing on is helping women over 40 understand cryptocurrency. The reason I focus on women over 40 is one, because we're virtually invisible in this space. And I know that there is interest, but many women feel intimidated because they don't see someone they feel they can relate to. So that's what I want to do. I want to help them see, okay, yes, there are other women just like you. Come on and let's learn. And so that's my goal. That's my purpose of helping women to be crypto confident, like I said, not just jumping in, but really knowing what you're doing so that you can make good decisions and good choices.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to start a business for Never Fade Trinkets. We've already got a few trinkets up for sale on Superworld. I've got one that's a holiday trinket for the 4th of July that just passed. And then I also have my first travel trinket is up in Las Vegas on Superworld. So if you go to superworldapp.com and play around with that, you can start looking at NFTs that are for sale there. And yeah, you'll see mine. But I basically want to create travel trinkets all over the world. And I also want to help teach or facilitate small business owners who want, to dabble in the NFT space, but have no idea what's up and down, So I've actually created a few already on OpenSea. There's about
Mhm.
3, I think, up on OpenSea, and I'm currently rendering another one for a partner. So I'm excited to get that one up soon. And I'm also excited to soon get up my first foreign trinket on Superworld. So that's
Yes.
going to be fun. I haven't decided exactly which one I want to do yet. So, but yeah, so that's Never Fade Trinkets. So if anybody's interested in creating an NFT for their business, or even, your mom's birthday is coming up and you want to create an NFT just to commemorate, and maybe as even an invitation, like you want to come to this event, you can show up and here's your ticket.
That's a cool idea. That's a very cool idea.
Yeah.
So just quick backstory on how we even connected, because I do like how we connected. Katrina was featured on Superworld's platform, and she was sharing some of her strategies about which properties she looks at and how she chooses her properties, her virtual real estate properties. So I tuned in and it was great. And I thought she had some interesting ideas. So I reached out and we connected online and realized, like we said, we are really doing the same thing. She's just doing it more from an NFT angle, and I'm doing it more from a crypto angle, but still just to bring people into the community so that they can be safe in this space. And I'm just happy that we were able to see some synergy and do something together. And I think this is just going to be a lot of fun. We'll do more of these. This is just our first one. And yeah, it's a pleasure to work with you, Katrina.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you. This was fun. And, you know, I'd like to stress that Ansylla and I are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. We just hope to educate as many people as we can reach about the dangers of crypto. And soon, hopefully, we can even teach you, you know, step by step how to safely get into crypto and, you know, links necessary for more education, stuff like that. But other than that, I'd like to take a second to just thank our audience for your time. You know, attention is the currency of the universe. So
Yes.
we genuinely hope that this information we've provided today is of great value to you, and we hope to bring you more in the future. Oh, and go ahead and give your contact information real quick.
Sure. You can get everything about me on CryptoVibes.com. That's my link tree. It has all the events I'm hosting coming up. We have different challenges, as well as links to my books that are available on Amazon. So if you go to CryptoVibes, oh, and there's also at the bottom that you can send me an email message if you want to reach out. So that's my spot, CryptoVibes.com. That's vibes with a Z.
Awesome. And my best contact would be NFTrinkets@gmail.com. So that's neverfadetrinkets@gmail.com. So NFTrinkets@gmail.com. And I see you're frozen. I'm not sure. Okay, you're back. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye. And I hope everybody has a great day.
Thank you. Everybody take care.
Bye.